Potential homeowners, sellers, and those making a mortgage payment, listen up. We know the foreclosure troubles South Florida is having have been tough, but the news is not all bad. We're joined this morning by senior mortgage banker at WCS Lending, Matt Weaver. And Matt, we know mortgage rates are about to take a turn. Let's talk about that and what does this mean for timing for people looking to buy a new house?
So mortgage rates as a whole are still fabulous. Rates are up about 1% since May 22nd, which was the day the Federal Reserve announced the easing of the bond buying program. That said, our interest rates as a whole are still remaining very low historically, which creates a great time to buy. And home buyers have to just be aware of that because, you know, we're probably at around 30 to 40-year lows on an average.
So, of course, we've seen cycles like this. I can remember my own parents talking about in the 70s, the double-digit interest rates. What are maybe some things to keep in mind if you're trying to figure out if now is the right time to try to take advantage of those low rates? What are maybe some things you need to have in order?
Well, the first thing you have to have in order is getting pre-approved and getting pre-approved the right way. When you want to enter today's marketplace, let's face it, the inventory is very low and the buying side is very high. So essentially there are more buyers than there are sellers, which creates a very competitive market. So what home buyers want to do is they want to get pre-approved, meet with your local mortgage lender, get all of your items reviewed in its entirety so you can go out there and make your offer strong and you know that you can close in the next 30 days. It's very important.
And I think part of that is because, especially in South Florida, you have a lot of cash offers. I know I've even seen that myself. You come up against one of those offers, and I suppose if you're not pre-approved, it kind of puts you at a disadvantage.
Correct. That's why it's paramount to get pre-approved, what I call the right way. Basically, we're going to be competing with cash offers, and at the end of the day, we need to make sure that we're competitive as far as closing on time and closing in the right period of time. So, for example, you want to make your offer very strong, meaning if a home is worth $175,000 in value, then you want to offer $175,000. You want to have a very short inspection date, okay, to tell that seller how serious you are. You want to have a shorter loan commitment date, and ideally you'd like to close in the next 30 days. So
you want to do everything you can to make your offer the most competitive offer, most attractive to that seller.
Correct, because if you can go ahead and make that the most competitive offer, you'll stay steps ahead of other home buyers, which is the trick.
And when we're talking about percentage points on the interest rate, how big of a difference a single percentage point increase or two? Of course, it depends on what kind of mortgage you have and how much the home price is, but give us an idea of just that kind of impact of a single digit increase.
Absolutely. So being up about 1% since May 22nd, you're going to see around maybe $90 to $100 a month roughly per payment, which certainly makes a difference, but it's important to keep in mind that we're still at very, very all-time lows, and it's still a great recipe to buy.
All right. Any other suggestions for people in the housing market? In fact, I know our producer was just in the market for buying a new home.
What I would say is, you know, overall, it's a great time. What you want to do is you want to hone in on a geographic area that suits your needs, and you want to make sure that you have your financing in line in order to close quickly. And as a whole, I have to say that there's no better time right now in South Florida. As it lays right now, the fundamentals are very clear. In other words, home prices are low, interest rates are low, and in most cases it costs more to rent than to own, especially after factoring in your tax deductions. So stay on the course and be patient, because you will experience a lot of competitiveness and you will experience very low inventories. But if you stay focused and stay on course, you'll get successful and end up meeting a closing date.
Matt Weaver, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.
You got it. Thank you.
All right, time now is 9:23. A business